Hey, 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 look at this angle. It's not that great, I know. What's up, everybody? It's Music Therapy Laz here in the makeshift, still makeshift Guitar Mod Squad room. That's right. Let me see if I can get a proper angle here. I'm going to get the comments open here on the laptop. So I've got a weird, precarious situation here because, oh, my foot's stuck in the bag. Anyway, I got a weird, precarious situation here on the Mod Squad show today because I don't have another. I have to get another one of these. Like, let me show you that. I got to get another one of these set up over here, right? See that tripod there with that special little, I got a special little, like a tab and phone holder and stuff right there. See that? So that I can do a downward angle on the guitars and stuff so you guys can see all this. And the way that I have it configured right now, you guys are looking like right up my nose, unfortunately. So I got to remember to look at the camera here. Should put a little man on top of that, which I could actually unbox right now for you guys if you guys want to see an unboxing after I say hello to everyone in the chat. Yeah, we have a cool little project here that's just this ongoing project, right? This project right here. That's right. This is the EVH, not Kramer, Robbie. But I do have a Kramer logo I'm going to stick on here. But this is the EVH 5150 guitar. And I don't believe it's made of poplar, like Robbie likes to say, poplar. I've never heard anyone call it poplar, though I bet you out there in Oklahoma, they call it poplar. Out here, I've always heard people just calling it poplar. But that's Americans for you. We're lazy. We'll just say whatever we want when it comes to things, right? People's names, whatever. I mean, Laz, my nickname, actually came from my friends who were too lazy to say Laszlo. They were just like Laszlo. That's it's two syllables, man. Too hard. We got to have like Bill, John, Bob, Joe. Anyway. So they nicknamed me Laz, and it stuck. And ever since then, I've been Laz, or the Laz, or Lazman, or Lazenbaggins was another one from the 80s. I don't know if any of you. I never played the game, but I had a bunch of friends who played that game with the little figurines and the one that they show on that. What's that show? That TV show, The Stranger Things, right? There are strange things or Stranger Things. Anyway. The kids are playing that kind of like a pseudo mock version of that game. That nowadays people play Worlds of Warcraft and stuff on video, right? That's like the thing. But anyway, let's get to the chat and say hi to them. But that's how I got my nickname, if you're wondering how that all happened. So I've got a bunch of these really cool little phone holders. I got this. I really like this one, but the one Patty gave me, it's in my jacket. That way, when I'm out and about like I was yesterday with my sweetie, I can like prop it up and watch it and look at stuff and annoy her that I'm not paying attention to her. Johnny Bean says he'll be here shortly because, as you all know from the Randy Newman song written about Johnny, he's a short person. So he's always going to be short wherever he goes. He's going to be here shortly. He's not going to be here tallly. Bad joke. Anyway. But I was watching this morning. I was watching Johnny's Catterday night or Straturday night show last night. I didn't see too much cats in the show. I believe there was a cat over there in Oklahoma with Robbie. Right, Robbie? Are you in the chat? Yeah, you're there. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat. Let's do that. So I'm looking over here because I got my computer screen over here. I got a bunch of stuff up here. You know, I will eventually organize that, and I have something really cool. Should I show you guys something really cool thing? Let me show you guys this. If I had all the time in the world and I can do everything I wanted to do that I always want to do, you know, like all the things, I would probably have time to get some zip ties and stick this up here. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. I wonder if I could stick like some weights on this, like something heavy. How about this? That's what she said. Yeah, let's get this That's What She Said game on that corner there. And let's see if we can stick this part over here underneath something heavy like this thing that's holding my baseball mitt. There we go. All right, that's more festive. That's more like a show, right? What do you think? You guys like that? Let me go down at an angle like this, and then there we go. Ta-da! Where's that thing? Oh, it's the wrong button. I always do that. Works for Janice, she says. All right, thank you very much, Janice. Let's get this thing from I bought this tarp. This is actually like a really high quality kind of tarp, right? Keeps wanting to fold up over here. Let's fold it back for a while. That still doesn't want to do it. Anyway, I got that tarp over there from probably like one of them online retailers. What is it called? Like, not Sweetwater, but one of those things, you know. They were blowing them out. Sometimes you can go through like items that they are on clearance, and you run across crazy cool stuff like bar stools and T-shirts and like that. There's all kinds of stuff. But yeah. But I was watching, as I said, I was watching the Johnny Bean show last night's Saturday night show, and wow, Patty Dill and Ronald Young sending out the gifts, man. That's awesome. You guys are amazing. As a matter of fact, what I should do is I should probably eventually like set up something in the backdrop here that will have a bunch of your stuff hanging all over the place. That would be cool, right? But what I do hope to do eventually is like have some of the things like these are these pedal kits that I'm working on right here. These pedal board kits from StuMac that I'm going to be doing. Amanda's got Amanda Peters, our amazing artist of the community. Amanda Peters was very busy working a lot lately, I believe. I can't wait to meet up with her and her boyfriend Rob again, who really he works over at Black Cat Amps, right? Isn't that Bad Cat or Black Cat? Black Cat has made some really cool amps, and I think the latest one that Phil McKnight can't get enough of is the Bad Cat amp. And I want a head of that thing. That's what they call it, the head, the amp head. You know what I'm talking about, right? Hope so. Anyway, I got my Know Your Gear mug, fittingly for a Mod Squad thing, because that guy, you know, Phil McKnight's a super cool dude, and he's one of the guys who influenced me into believing that I can do some of this stuff. You know what I mean? And maybe I'm just wrecking guitars. I don't know, but hopefully I'm not. Hopefully I'm actually building something out of these. But yeah, here we go. So just so y'all know, this thing right here, I found out from looking at some pictures. So let me show you guys some pictures here. You know what? I keep forgetting about the chat. So let's go back. Let's go to the top of the chat here. Let's say hi to everyone in the chat first, and then we'll go commence with this real quick. So we have Ryan Hall. Earlier on, I did see that I believe it was it Donald Young or was it Patty? Patty Dill, Janice Lala, and Donald Young were the first ones in, I believe. And then now it kind of got the refresh or whatever over here. Oh, by the way, I do have a ring light that I will bring in here. So I have this ring light that it's been in the box forever. I'll bring it in here so you guys get some better lighting. And then eventually what I'm going to have is right up above me here, I'm going to put all these fabrics that I have off to the side in rolls. Did you guys see this last time? Let me show you this. So I got all these fabrics and rolls here that I'm going to make guitar hangers out of. And eventually I'll be gifting those to people. I got to figure out a way to make them. I already kind of came up with an idea. Me and my buddy Akirs, who are going to the Eric Johnson show tonight. Thank you for finding that show, dude. We're going to go see that show, but he came up with some ideas that I actually as well had. And he kind of spurred me towards like, okay, let's get this product actually kind of done. Let's make it like something that you can actually ship out to people and won't cost $1 million, right? So that's kind of the problem, is that those things are big. And is there a way to make them and package them and send them to people in a way that is smaller, in a way that they can easily assemble? So I had some really great ideas. I'll share with you guys when I make them. I'll do it on screen, just like this Mod Squad room is all about doing this kind of stuff, modding things, making things, doing things for musical stuff, you know, because what else, right? I mean, we could do other things, but I think it's the musical things. I mean, even the musical things, if it's not guitar related, no one's watching. I think Johnny Bean was trying to tell me, dude, no one cares about the drums. But I do. But no one else is going to watch that. You know, they don't care about the DED 200 Donner drum set, the Donner DED 200 drum set that you can get around $400. I think they're going to have some sales going on. So watch for the sales. Every year they always have some sales going on, especially around tax time and stuff. You'll find, you know, sales, and it's an oddly unique situation that during tax time we're going to be at NAM. So I'm hoping there's going to be some, you know, tax breaks given away over at NAM or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping to get some stuff. So let's say hi to everyone in the chat. Let's go back up to the top here. Johnny says he is going to come into the show at some point, but we don't know when. So we'll see when he is. So Zach Thong here saying hi to Mr. Mick. So Mr. Mick was in the chat earlier on as well. Half Ace, Robbie Stingle, Ryan Hall, Janice Lala, Mike Olson, Donald Young. It was Mike Olson who was always one of the first people, and Mr. Mick, of course. And we got L&M Guitar Corner, our buddy and Brian from OU812, self-promoting as always. James G. I'm just giving you a hard time. James G. What's up, dude? William De Silva also here. Yeah, I think we got Nelson Rodriguez, a big Rob. Good morning to Robbie Stingle, having tea and a cinnamon roll. There you go, man. Oh. I had some tea yesterday at a Vietnamese restaurant, and that was quite tasty. I'll post up some pictures of that. We got ET5150 also with the Albatross pedal, his favorite pedal, from Australia, all the way down, land down under, as they say. Trev saying, I'm up. Coffee in Irish is here. We are ready to go. Cheers, gang. That'll get you up in the morning, right? Nothing like the smell of some Irish something or another in your coffee. All right, not much going on here, says L&M to Nelson. Just returned from lunch/dinner. We do that a lot. We do the late lunch, early dinner thing nowadays, and then we don't eat anymore. Later, we might have a snack. Like one of my favorite snacks is apples. I like Fuji apples. Those are really good, like tart, crunchy apples. The and sweet too, but not too sweet. So they're just right. I like that flavor apple. And they're not too expensive too. Like those Honey Crisp ones are great, but they're like $3.50 or $4 a pound at times. And that's nuts for apples. But anyway, for one apple, $4? No, thank you. Anyway. But yeah, when they're on sale, I'll get those too. But then my sweetie says these are too sweet. But I like the Fuji ones, and then I do a little crunchy peanut butter on there, and that's like a early, like a not a midnight snack, but I'd say like around an 8 o'clock snack or a 7 o'clock snack, right? We said hi to William De Silva here, of course. Janice, Zach Thong, lover of the Albatross. No, I'm just kidding. Pedal, which I think is right up here somewhere, right? It's hiding here behind. It's looming somewhere in the room here. Ryan Hall saying, yeah, Eric Johnson, that is great. Yeah. Brent, yeah, Eric Johnson. Brent found these tickets. I don't know. I didn't even hear about this Eric Johnson show. So he somehow found out about it. And $35 general admission plus $8 tax and fees and whatever. And there, baby. San Francisco, the Great American Music Hall, which is just like a block and a half away from where the old Hungarian Center of the Bay Area, the Hungarian people at the Hungarian Center. Hey, Ritesh is here from India. Dude, how do you get rid of the hiss noise from the strings? Is it due to low action, bad fret leveling, or something else? So when you're saying a hiss noise, if you're talking about, the guitar strings kind of making like that sound, yeah, you might need to do a truss rod adjustment. So what you want to do is you want to do this. You want to look down the neck of your guitar, okay? When the strings are on and it's in tune. And some people like it perfectly level, like we know Robbie. It's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be perfect, right, with Robbie. But you look down it and there shouldn't be a bowing up, all right? Normally, you'll see a little bit of a convex, right? Concave? Which one is concave? Convex. Cave is probably like this. Convex is this way. So you want concave just a little bit of a concaveness to it, right? Little bit, not much, but sometimes the problem can be, if it's an electric guitar, sometimes it could be that your neck might need to be shimmed up a little bit, or down a little bit, or tilted. So the shimming can kind of tilt your neck, right? So you can have your neck in your pocket like this, and it could be, tilted a little bit if need be. But we're talking about like, card paper, like from a business card, a little slim piece of it or something. Some people can do that to tip it up a little bit so that they can give a little more space between that and the bridge. And then of course, it depends on your bridge, how that's set up in your nut and how that's cut. So many things come into play there that really, a dude like me, I'm doing this mod squad. You guys are the mod squad, and I'm the dude who doesn't know anything about guitars. And so you guys are helping me, like people like Robbie, who's a pro, helping me understand how to do this stuff right. So good question for the chat. But yeah, it can be some bad frets if some frets are sticking up. So you want to probably make sure your frets are level. So I think, there's a system to step by step to going through setting up guitar. And I'm actually going to do that with my Les Paul. And hopefully I'll have time this week. I'm going to be using the Music Nomad little equipment care setup kit, which has everything in it, basically, outside of files and stuff, right, to set up your guitar. Instructions included. And so using something like this, you can get everything set up just the way it should be. And then if you have some problems, then you start looking at, fret filing and things like that, right? But most of the time, you're not going to need to do that. You shouldn't have to. Most of the time, it should be just a truss rod adjustment is that simple. Or if you have an issue with a nut, sometimes shimming a nut, right? So there's all these things, so many things that could be causing it, man. Taking it into a tech, if you don't want to go through learning that process, you just want to play your guitar and you don't want to have to deal with all this like minutia, take it to your local store, your mom and pop shop, as I used to do a show called Shop Your Mom and Pop Music Shop, right? So take it to your mom and pop music shop. A lot of times those guys are technicians for the most part too, in those small stores. They know what they're doing. And they can look at it and go, oh, it's this, and then just do a quick adjustment on it or whatever. And out you go, or you might pay a little fee and whatnot. But yeah, but it can depend, because if it's an acoustic now, that's a completely different animal too. And it could just be a bad guitar, because my wife's brother had a guitar that I was trying to fix, set up, make playable, and it was just impossible. So then we have Donald Young in here saying he's in a couple weeks I will be finishing up my Kramer hockey stick EVH Bumblebee. Awesome, dude. That sounds bitchin'. All right, so yeah, let's say I think Gunnerman 45. Who else do we have here? Yeah, you guys are all talking about stuff here. R2R3 is in the house too. Morning to everyone, he says. And let's get Blackjack Guitars also saying hey and hi to the chatsters. It's like a fuzz noise. Yeah. It can also be, if it's an electric guitar and it has to do with your input jack or something else, it could be electronic as well, right? So if it's not fret buzz. He's on his second cup already because the show's going so slow. Live your ambition, Laz. Thanks, Mr. Mick. Yeah. Where do you find it, dude? I don't know where I find it. I don't find the time to do all this stuff. If I didn't do this show, I probably wouldn't have time. That's part of the reason why I created these shows, to force me to do this stuff. If that's logic for you. I don't know if it is. It was bad logic, but it's working for me. Anyway, yeah, it's taking me forever, right? Oklahoma, says Robbie. All right, so I think we got everyone, right? Anyone new? I'm scrolling down fast. Oh, we got Brian Davies. He says, where's Johnny? Johnny's still, what do they call, MIA, missing in action out there in the world somewhere. Yeah, William's talking about it's a Floyd, it could buzz. Yeah, if you don't have it seated properly in the saddle. Yeah, so many little things like that. So, man, you gotta be way more specific about exactly what kind of guitar you've got and exactly, what it sounds. Yeah, could be so many things. Don Deely, what's up, dude? New dude to the chat. Rock on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Rob Blackmore official is saying, hey, Laz. Right on, dude. And then who else do we got? We got Stephen Franklin. So, boys, I pre-ordered the purple with gold hardware. Oh, my God. Okay, Wolfgang special. Took me 2 days. That's it. Just 2 days to drop the hammer on that thing. Right? I know what you're talking about, bro. Yeah, sometimes you just got to have it. Man, when that Meteora came out, the original, the Telly style one, and then they had those other kind of like the other, or so they had the Telly style bridge one that they first experimented with. Then a year or so later, they came out with the Fender Meteora with the string through body kind of stop tailpiece type thing, with some interesting kind of, I don't know, what would you call it? Some interesting, how would you say it? Anyway, some interesting kind of like wiring setups with how the tone and this and that was, set up. And then they came out with the silver burst to black. Soon as that thing dropped, I bought it right away because I knew it's gonna be impossible to get one. I even had a nut problem with mine. You could probably see that video if you go back far enough. And I got it paid to have that thing fixed, and I got a bone nut, put on it because that nut was totally messed up. It was not cut properly and actually broke like a little chip out of the edge of it. Sometimes that's the problem with some of that tusk stuff. It might be pretty good, but it can also have some problems. So you played the Meteora bass, says BC Rich 581, but the balance, they balanced oddly. Also had extreme sharp fret ends on the one that I tried. Yeah, I was lucky. My Meteora otherwise was perfect, except for the nut. So once the nut, and then I replaced the bridge, even though that's a decent 2-point bridge that it comes with, I replaced that bridge with the Vega Trem. Vega Trems rock, you guys. If you guys want a whammy to your heart's content, they're great. Ben Boom's also in the chat. What's up, dude? It's nice to see you in the show, man. Charles 75N also here, and Octopus Ears, my buddy. We are going to be partying tonight at the Great American Music Hall, right? Right on. Yeah. Robbie's talking about some kind of montage guitar. The montage, talking about a montage. Anyway. You still have to install your Vega Trem BC Rich 581. All right, well, get to it, man, because they're not that hard to install, and they're pretty killer. They are killer. Anyway, so I'm done with the hellos to everyone. I'm going to keep an eye on the chat somewhat over here on the computer. But what I really want to do, what I really, really, really want to do is do this. Let me close this out. Johnny says he'll be here shortly. I'm going to go ahead and open this other link here in StreamYard and hope this works without too much trouble. Make sure the mic is muted. We're going to call this display name is going to be not Late Laz like over there, but we're going to say cam, guitar cam, or mod cam. Mod cam. How do you like that? I'm going to enter the studio as mod cam. Now this is what happens. It does that. Even though I have it muted. All right. Now let's see. Okay, now we gotta turn that. And we can actually do it like this. This way I can see what's going on, right? Will that work? No. No, it won't. Okay, I gotta flip the cam. Where do I do that? I gotta go to the cam. No. More. Settings. There we go. Camera. There we go. Back facing. There we go. All right. Go into that mode. How's that? Does that work for you guys? Let me see. Let's see if this works. Is there kind of an echo? I'm hearing something coming out of the phone, unfortunately. And I don't know why it does that. And I try to turn down the volume as much as possible, and it just doesn't cooperate. It still has it slightly on, which I don't want it to be. In call volume. How do I get rid of in call volume? Caption call. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, go away, thing. Don't ask me that again. Don't caption the calls. This is so complicated sometimes, this YouTube stuff. It's really not. All right, let's get the cam started here. Enter the studio. Come on. There's Johnny now. You're backstage. Okay, your browser can't access your device. Close any and all other apps. What? Okay, I'm closing everything else. I don't know why it's saying that. No, it's not showing. Okay. Ah. Okay, there we go. All right. I gotta do the cam thing again. Oh, dang it. I keep doing the wrong thing. Settings. I know. I really got to get more organized. It's so hard for me to get organized. All right. Here we go. And hopefully this does not have some kind of feedbacky issues. Tell me if that works for you guys right there. All right, is it feeding back? It is, right? I wonder if I move this away. I think that's better. I think the closer it is to the... Oh, there go my keys. The closer it is to the mic, the worse it is. How's that? Feedback? Echo? There's still echo, right? Dang. Wonder why it does that. It didn't do it before. What's really weird is that it never did this in the past. And then in the last year or so, I noticed that with this phone, it does it. And it's because I can't get the volume to be completely off on this phone. So annoying. Let me go to audio. Settings. Audio. Echo cancellation might need to be on. Mic volume all the way off. Headset earpiece. Oh, I think that's what Johnny was telling me. You got to get a headset earpiece. Speakerphone. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to get an earpiece, a headset, and just set that aside. And then that way the volume's all gone. I got mic volume off on here. Okay, I've got echo cancellation on too. So hopefully is that a little bit better, you guys? There's a bit of an echo, but there's not feedback at least, right? Oops, no, it's the wrong way. Hold on. How's that? Oops, almost fell out of the holder. Don't want that. There we go. How's that? Da-da-da-da. All right, so tell me, play the drums, Laz, right? That's downstairs now. No, I've never heard of an eruption pedal, Donald Young. That'd be cool. All right, that's not bad. All right, thank you, Ryan. All right, so this is doable, right? You guys can hear me? It's not feeding back. I've got I can hear it in the background here, just like a little bit of an echo, but I think it's far enough away from... Yeah, I can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves. Good. All right. All right, so we're just waiting on Johnny now. All right. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. All right, let's get to it. All right, here we are. Half an hour into the show, right? I knew this one was going to be a long one, Ryan, so get ready for that. All right, so I have a different cutting tool this time, unless I left that other one here. Oh, geez, what's going on here? How did that get hooked on there? All right, unless I have my other tool here for cutting, it's possible it's there. All right, I'm gonna have to take this. I do have this really cool new knife. I'm gonna start a guitars and cars thing on Instagram soon, you guys, because there's this company called. Can you guys see that? Turn around. Resto Mods, right? That does these giveaways. And you can buy items like this cool flashlight, right? Check that out. Right, this cool flashlight that also is like a lighter, too. Pretty wild. How does this thing open? Yeah, it's got this like really crazy lighter. Forgetting how it even operates. But, oh yeah, there you go. See that? It's like a plasma. Wait a minute. Here we go. Plasma lighter. That's what they call it anyway. So this is kind of like if you're, get dropped out of the UFO after it takes you away and you need to survive. You have one of those. Oh, I got my squeaky chair. I got my squeaky chair here, which is great. So this is another thing I got from Resto Mods. I bought this and I got this thing, but then I also get invited, or what do they call it? You get entries into their car giveaways, right? And they're doing a 69 RT Charger car giveaway, and it's always good to have one of these, right? So I'm gonna use this knife right here on the show to cut the tape, because I think it's sharp. Ooh, yeah, nice and sharp. So that's what we're going to use to cut the tape today, because my box cutter, I think, is downstairs. By the way, we can do an unboxing. Should we do a real quick unboxing, then we'll start doing this? Everyone's saying hi to each other over here in the chat. Oh, we got Fruitcake Tony also saying hey. What's up, Fruitcake Tony? And look who's popping into the chat right now. Yo.
Smash that thumbs up, up. What's with that echo, man? Dude, I sent you a WhatsApp.
I know.
Did you see it?
Oh, I haven't looked at my WhatsApp. No.
No,
I didn't look at it. No, because it's in the phone, and the phone's being used right now for this view. Did you just freeze? You froze. And you froze. Put it in the comments. Or what did you send me in WhatsApp? I've got to use the earbuds. I know I have earbuds, and I left them downstairs, and I can have that going through here, and then we won't have echo anymore. That's what I need to do. I think Johnny has to step out because something happened. Anyway, hopefully everything is okay. Oh, no. Anyway, so we have a nice portrait of JP. Right? Hey, Don Dealey is saying hi to Johnny. Johnny's back now. Let's let him back in. All right. But yeah, I should have gotten the earbuds. Is that what that was about? Like, I should get the earbuds.
Yeah, what you need to do is you need to put a pair of earbuds into that second phone. That'll totally kill that echo. Because when I do my shows, Sunday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern, guitar ASMR, like tonight, when I use a second phone for all that stuff, I have to totally jam earbuds into that second phone because you cannot mute that other mic.
Jam it. You have
jam
to
it.
Jam it.
It won't work. It won't work. You got to get some earbuds into there.
You do indeed.
Yeah.
So should we do the striping thing? I'm going to take this blue stripe off, just so you guys can see I'm taking the blue stripe off the headstock here, because I found out that the angle is wrong. The angle is no good.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I know you're saying, oh, you can make it your own and all that stuff, Johnny. I get that, but well, I want it to be as accurate as possible.
Well, I mean, technically the headstock is not a Kramer headstock either.
No, but I'm gonna try to make it as accurate, like I said, as possible, possible. you know. So one of the other things I thought I might do, if you guys think this is interesting, is I can actually share the screen of the pictures of the EVH 5150, right? The 5150
Well,
stripes.
you mean the Kramer? That's the Kramer.
Oh, you're
That's
right. The Kramer 5150
the Kramer.
stripes. Yeah, you're right, Johnny. The
I gave them
Kramer.
to you.
Yes, you
By the way,
did.
everybody in the chat, I can't. When you're a guest on these shows on mobile, you can't see the chat. So
Yeah, yeah.
but well, I mean, I could press the button here, but
I'm trying to find it here on easily on Google, but it's not coming up. Okay, what should I put in there? So Kramer, maybe I should put Kramer.
put Kramer
5150
5150 striping.
striping. Okay,
Yeah,
striping.
I think that's what I did.
Yeah, let's see. And I'm looking
Also,
for images, right? Oh, here it is. Yes, here we go.
let me grab my other phone. Let me
All right,
grab
grab it. Grab it.
right.
Grab it. Grab it. All right, here we go. All right, here we are. Yeah. All right. So we'll start with the front of the guitar. What do you guys think? I'm gonna go ahead and share this screen here for you guys because this is cool, man. Go ahead and go smaller on this like that. Pull this on over here. I'm gonna put this in a different window because that's what you got to do. Move to a different window, right? And then you go ahead and present. And then let's see, share the screen. Don't really need the system audio because it's going to be no audio for this. And we go ahead and share. Ta 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 ta. Check that out. Is that cool or what? All right, so let me go minimize this a little bit. That way I can get to this thing here and I can scroll around on this and show you guys what's going on here. So as you can see here in this shot right here, I'm going to bring that. They have listed what the line colors are in accordance to their size. So you got ½ inch for the white, ½ inch for the orange. Oh, orange. Oh, orange is black. Okay, so purple is ½ inch white. Orange is black, ½ inch. Bright green is white, 1/16 of an inch. And dark blue is the white in 1/8 inch. Then light blue stripes or lines over there are the black 3 1/4. And then you've got the red lines, which are the 3/4 in white. Okay, so that's the back of the guitar. Then we got the front of the guitar. Here too, they list what those colors are in coordination to the size, right? And then you've got the one thing they don't show is the edge, and I was having a little trouble trying to find pictures showing the edge. But here's somebody who obviously striped it, painted it, whatever that. It looks like it's got some kind of a, yeah, it looks like paint. It looks like they didn't sand in between the lines. And I don't know anything about whether, how this should be appropriately done according to how Edward might have done it. But anyway, let's start with the, should we do the headstock?
Lies, if you want to be technical, Eddie didn't paint that guitar.
Well, there we go. See, there's that other side of that. That Eddie didn't even paint it. Now, I swear I saw there was a picture of these showing it with the headstock too. So where's that? That's weird. They don't have that. Because I wanted to do the headstock. Okay, let's start over. Kramer.
I've never seen that site. That's not the same site.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. 5150 striping. All right, let's go to images. Okay, so yeah, this is a different site. It's a Kramer forum where somebody was sharing that.
Wait, scroll back up.
See, this one says the Kramer Forum, and that's the one that we were in. You see my pointer. I think we'll find it further down somewhere. There we go. There's another Kramer Forum picture. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll just pick another one here, but one of these has to have the picture of the headstock too. Let's see.
Oh, I'm on my other phone. I sent.
Oh, here we go.
I sent it to you.
Oh, you guys see that?
Okay, and that one will work. That one right there. Yeah, that is the actual guitar, so that one will work.
All right, so this is what we're going to use. Now, previously, see where that white stripe is with where the Kramer logo's at? Mine was a little too further to the left toward the tuners, and the black stripe, which is all paint, of course, but the black striping on mine was angled the opposite, kind of up a little bit, so it wasn't kind of that angled down a little bit. So that's what I wanted to do today, is get at least some of this done with this and do it properly, right? So we've got the yellow tape that I have here. Let me show you. Oh, you guys can see that kind of, right? The yellow tape is 3/4. And then what I'm planning to do is once I get all the 3/4 on the guitar and the headstock, then I'm going to start cutting into it and doing the smaller sizes. I'm going to go from bigger to smaller, if that makes any sense at all. Maybe it makes no sense at all. All right. What, Johnny?
No.
Are you being a smarty pants?
I am.
Right,
I haven't had my coffee yet.
No wonder.
I haven't.
All right, so here we go. So let's go ahead and we can see that line. We're going to go with the 3/4 line right here. Okay, and we're going to do that first. So let's go ahead and let's solo this part right here. So we're going to solo the headstock part. Slide this out of the way a little bit. All right, so the way it looks like to me is it goes kind of, ooh, what's that little mark there? That'll come off. Okay, I'll clean that off. So it looks like it's going to go something like this. All right, closer to that edge there. There's a little gook right here, but I'll just clean that off with some cleaner later. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and pull this all the way over just so I can get a firm cut. Yeah, as you can see, there are some little bubbles in here, so you got to work those little bubbles out, man. Or sometimes you got to lift back up on it. All right. There's a bubble over here too. And you can use sometimes a credit card or something like that to push those bubbles out. There's some bubbles up here too.
And yeah, Laz, Robbie, you probably can't see the chat, but Robbie's correct. The headstock that you're putting that stripe on is not the same.
It's not even the same size. Yeah.
That photo.
Right, I know. It's not even the same size.
Tape, everything. And if it's the same as in the photo, is bigger. I mean, if you want to get technical, because that's
right. I mean, we all know that this is not the same headstock, not the same.
You know what I would do,
guitar, Laz? Not the same. A lot of that stuff's not the same.
Laz, what I would do is I would actually grab a photo of what the EVH version of the 5150 guitar headstock looks like and stripe it correctly as that.
I could. I mean, I can always redo this because guess what? It's tape. It's not like paint.
Yeah, but did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
Because that is the exact same headstock shape as what you have there.
Right. Okay. But I'm going to do it this way, John, just because. These are the pictures I have now, and it took me so long just to get those pictures up.
Oh, yeah, Texas Joe. Dude, I see him every day on Facebook, man. You guys want me to bring Texas Joe? Bring
Texas Joe into the show.
Texas, okay. let's get Texas Joe back on Johnny Bean TV, man. That dude has guitar. If you guys like guitars, that guy has literally 1 million guitars.
Dang. I thought I was bad.
He buys new guitars every other day.
Dang. You should have him on the show all the time, Johnny. It's like new guitar day every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I got most of the bubbles out. All right, now I noticed last time that when I cut the top edge here, I cut it too close to the edge of this.
I know R2. I know
So,
R2.
R2, what is R2 saying?
You're not listening.
They're not even listening. They've already gone into drone mode.
You heard what I said, though. Look up the photo of the EVH 5150 striped guitar and do the copy that.
All right, I'll look at that. I'll look at it.
On guitar, because the headstock on the original guitar is actually like it's almost double the size.
I know, it's way bigger. Yeah, it's like a massive banana thing. Oh, you guys with your minutia.
Well, you're the one that said you want to get it correct.
Well, to a degree. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's see. All right, let's go look at the EVH 5150 Stripe series, right?
Yes.
Stripe series. This is what makes this interesting, right? 5150 Stripe series. Here we go.
The exact same guitar as what you have there. Exact.
Mm-hmm.
Exact same thing.
All right, let's look at see if we can get.
And thank you, Matt.
What we should do is go to a purchasing, because then we can actually look at close-ups. Like at Sweetwater, they do close-ups of everything. So let's go check that out.
Oh, there you go.
Sweetwater. All right, let's go to the pictures. All right, let's go to the headstock there.
Okay,
there we go. Oh my God, that looks so different. The way they did that. I don't know if I like that. Let me see. Versus that. I mean, I know it's a different headstock and all, and this one being kind of longer and skinnier, it's gonna look different. Obviously,
it's gonna.
But,
it's yeah.
You know what I mean? Looking at this one here, it's.
You're better off, Laz. Listen to us. In the chat, press number 1 if Laz should listen to us. You just copy the actual 5150 Stripe series guitar, the EVH version. Copy that one.
Zoom out. It won't let me.
I mean, technically.
More. Such a tiny picture. Well, yeah. I mean that looks like that tape here. The white looks way wider than this. This is 3/4. That looks like it's 1 inch wide, and it doesn't look as good to me. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my original idea. Sorry, guys. I'm going with this instead of with this. So let me solo this. I'm thinking that rather than that. I should do a poll, right, Johnny? Johnny's gone again. What happened to Johnny? Oh, he's making a call. All right, let's see. How do I do this poll thing? Present something again. Slides. Stop screen video file now. Extra camera. What? Slides? What are slides? No. I forget all this stuff. Settings. There we go to settings. Yeah, layouts, right? Probably. No. Guess. Hotkeys. Damn, I gotta write this stuff down. Okay, too much work. I think I have to do it on the YouTube side. That's what I'm messing up. And I can't because that's on the phone and I'm using that right now. So, okay, never mind the poll. If you guys want to tell me what you think, you can put it in the chat here. Ryan says, do whatever works for you. Zach is giving me a 1, whatever that means. And then Robbie says, "You all have changed my life for the better." Right on, Robbie. Dude, you rock, dude. You make people's lives better too, just so you know. So this is like a give and take thing, this whole thing, you know? Yeah, the Wolfgang Rasta, man. So you know what's fun about this using tape thing is that, and I love the Rasta, by the way. The Rasta is one of my favorites. What's fun about this tape thing is that I have a Rasta version of this guitar in the future, right? That would be super sweet, right? Yeah. Anyway. All right, we're going to continue on with this plan here. So that's what I'm going to stick to. And if Johnny comes back, I'll bring him back into the show. But he disappeared suddenly. So there's a little grime on this right here. Should have probably bought some kind of cleaner, like rubbing alcohol. That's right. So I'm going to use a little of that. Gotta get a little cloth. I have a little cloth here where I put all my stuff. Well, it's behind the EVH banner here. Get that back in there. Oops. All right. Just a little of this rubbing alcohol is good for cleaning this kind of stuff, right? Yeah, it's coming right off. Well, it's not coming right off, but it's kind of coming off. It's probably that tape glue from the back edge of the tape, right? Anyway, let's clean the rest of the surface here too. But yeah, I'm happier with the application of the tape here now. Let me get the rest of this headstock done today at least, right? All right. So we got that done. So next step. Gotta get a good look at this. Hold on a second. Let me minimize these screens. It'd be nice to have Johnny set up. Johnny has like 5 screens at his place. You can tell by the glare on his face when he's doing his shows. All right. Let's see. Oh my God, what's all this crap? Oh no, I can't get this thing in the right orientation. What's this pop-up thing popping up over here? Continue. I don't need to continue with any of that stuff. Go away, Pinterest. Oh my God, such a pain. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go find a different picture. No, that's not what I wanted. I gotta go bigger on this. Gotta go into the chat. I can't, for whatever reason, I can't seem to do that without it interfering with where the chat's at on my other screen. All right. Anyway, I think you guys can see that, right? All right. Go away, Pinterest. I don't want to log into you. All right. So the next stripe I think I'm going to do is the blue one. That the light blue one, which is the 3/4 inch in the blue, right? Okay. And we'll do that across the, looks like it's the 4th hole here, 3rd hole. How many holes are there? The 4th one right here, right? Now let's do that. All right. And the angle seems to be more kind of like this, right? So if you look at the nut, instead of even with the nut, it's going down at an angle a little bit and almost directly over the hole with a little bit more of it. Here, hold on, like that. So before I completely stick it on there, I'm gonna hold it up like this and look at it. That looks better. Yeah, I like that. Just like that. What's the chat saying? I gotta see. I've got to see. Oops, hide that. Thanks, guys. You all have changed my life. Oh, still okay. New comments. Got to go all the way down. Everyone's just making faces. Laz, that headstock is not the same shape. Okay, yeah. All right, same old comment. Did you get that R2 going down on nuts? Okay. And may be able to make space for 2 or 3 people at once. So you guys are talking about some other things, of course. So what I'm trying to do is get this so that it's on there without any bubbles. Looks really good. No bubbles. And then I'm trying to cut it so that it's over the edge of the blue. I mean the green. So right about to where the green's at, if that makes any sense. Or should I just go right to this edge? I think it's better if it like covers the green. Well, maybe. It doesn't have to, right? None of this has to be any particular way. So we're going to go and pull that up to there. And I'm going to cut it. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah. It's moving around on me too much. Perfect. Like that. See that? Do the other side. That came out pretty good. See that? Oh, let me go ahead and solo this so you guys can see this a little better. All right. Does that look all right? I think it looks all right. All right, so now the trick is going to be a little bit of stuff on the edge of the tape here, which I don't like. It's coming off onto the guitar too. Right. Now we got to do the other colors. All right, so we've got white, and it looks like I'm gonna have to solo this. I'm gonna have to make this. Oh, I hate that when it does that. So we've got an 1/8 inch, an 1/8 inch, a 1/4 inch, and a 1/2 inch. So if I cut a 1/2 inch slice into this, right, then I'll get a 1/4 and a 1/2 out of that, right? So there's so much of this tape. Now let's see. I know I have like a tape measure thing here somewhere. I know that there's one on here as well. Another reason why I wanted to use this little tool. Where is that? Oh, it doesn't. I thought it did. Okay, let me get that. I'll get my toolkit. Chong. There we go. Another thing that's nice about this Music Nomad thing is it's got all kinds of like little. Let me solo this again. It's got, all kinds of little measurement stuff on it, including centimeters, inches, and all that stuff, right? So right about there. I don't need too much of this. All right, here we go. So let's go back to that picture. Interesting. So we got the 1/2 inch going across like here, right about, goes right about to the middle of that, like this, to about here, right? No, more like, right about like that, right? Oh, interesting. It is going to be a little bit different. So right about to there. Oops. Come on. Come on, tape. Work with me. Something like that, right? So obviously it's going to be a little bit different than like Johnny's saying, right? Get the bubble out. Okay, and then we got our, I need to make a longer piece for there. This is the 1/8 inch that's next to it. The 1/4 inch goes in a bunch of different locations. So let's keep cutting some 1/4 inch off of here. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm cutting the tape like this. Oh no, this is 1/8 inch. Oh wait, no, this is 1/4 inch. Okay, what am I saying? I need a lot of the 1/4 inch here. Because there's several stripes, 1/4 inch, 2 at least, right? All right, so here we go. 1/4 inch goes across that way and that way. So the third one. It would help if I had this oriented in the same direction as the picture. It makes it a little easier for me to kind of see how it should be, right? So I'm looking at it like that. And, oops. And 1/4 inch should go. One's going to go right above the second thing like this, right? Oops. Well, that's a good thing to do, actually. Use this as a little stopper here. So right above the second thing, and it goes up to about right below where that one is, right there, right? Like that. So there's one. Something like that, right? There's another one. Gotta cut a little more. The other one goes like from here, right across the middle of that, right below there. Something like that, right? Right around like that. Seems about right. Looks like it to me. Might get this headstock done at least, right? And then we've got 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch, and 1/8 inch to go. All right, let's go ahead and trim these. Get all the bubbles out. I like this taping idea because, like I was saying before, what's cool about the tape idea is you can change it up, right? So if you want to do different colors, you can change up the colors. If you want to put your guitar back to its original condition, you can do that. So you're not stuck with the paint job. And you don't have to worry about painting over their angle here like this. You don't have to worry about the paint job is going to be good or not. Not that I wouldn't trust Amanda to do it perfectly. She would do it perfectly, of course. But and then the cost of that too, and then the environmental hazards of it all too, right? So here, this is more environmentally green friendly, or whatever you want to call it if you're into that thing, which I've always been a green friendly person. And I'm not watching the chat. I wish Johnny was here. He can tell me what's happening in the chat. You know what we've got to do is have Octopus ears on more often because he's got that radio voice, man. It's always so much better at this angle. Yeah, Akir's got that beautiful, dark sounding radio man kind of voice. You know what I mean? You should do voiceover stuff, dude. There we go. That's looking pretty good, right? So those are the 1/4-inch ones, the 1/4-inch stripes. Oh, there's one that I missed right here. Right here. Let's flip this back around. Body. There goes the blue tape. If you're wondering why I'm cutting it like this and why I'm not worried about cutting the body, is I'm actually angling the blade so that the tip, the sharp edge is away from the guitar. So I'm lifting up on it. And that way it has a little overlap too. And that works out really good for how I want it to look with the overlap. Something like that. Okay. We're done with the blue tape because that's the black. Put that out of the way. Sip of the coffee here. Let this move down. There we go. Not that you guys want to see my face. At least it's not like half my head. All right, now we got to do the 1/8 inch. The 1/8 inch. So we've got 1/2 inch still here, right? We've got 1/2 inch. So we just cut the 1/2 inch. We'll just take some 1/8 inch off there, off the edge. And I'm pretty good at sighting this kind of stuff, just looking at it and seeing what an 1/8 inch is. I work so much with stuff, but might as well show you guys how I'm doing it with this. So the 1 inch in between the 1/4 and the 1 is the 1/8. So it's going to be right around there. I've got it marked. And I just press in and just roll. Roll the tape. Oops, it slid. That's not good. Let's start over. Oh, that's because I'm doing it on this spongy bath mat material. Yeah, and I am cutting into the oops. God. Where is that thing? Oh my God. It is funny at least, right? When stuff like that happens. All right. Let's go a little bit further down. There we go. All right. Cut that off. Get rid of this yucky stuff. All right. Here we go. Once again, if you want to get totally perfect on the 1/8 inch thing, you line the tape up onto the little 1 inch to the 1/8 inch right there, right? So right about there. And now I should be able to do this without it moving around on me like it did before. There we go. Real nice. And probably using a razor blade might actually be better than this. Oh, no, it didn't go on the right angle. Oh, gotta keep doing this. The 1/8 inch is tricky because it's right at the edge of the tape, and it's how can I tell you? The roll is flexing a little bit too. What's cool about doing this video, I think it kind of shows you guys out there, if you're going to do something like this, you know, what are the problems you can run into? Because I'm running into them right now. Doing it live. Okay, let's try that again. You know what? Maybe I'll try from this side. It might be better from this side for some reason. Okay, got my. Yeah, it is, because I'm pushing more towards the center of the tape rather towards the edge, and I got a little more control over. Go nice and slow. Just following that same distance. You can, of course, just buy the tape in the proper sizes, right? But they don't all come that way. So I did manage to buy a 1/4 inch blue, but it's a different color. Look at the color difference. They're not exactly the same color, even though it's the same company and everything. So I'm like, well, that's not good. So if I order another yellow, it's going to be a little bit different. So I didn't want to trust that. All right, so where does this go? Let's get that. Trying to move stuff around here so I can have this in the shot. Oh, this is kind of tipping down. That's what's happening over here. Okay. There we go. How's that? Yeah. All right. So now we got the 1/8 inch, which goes right along next to that with about an 1/8 inch of a gap between that piece of tape and this one. So we got something like this, right? There we go. I'm gonna have to clean this stuff up with some kind of soap or something. This little goo here. Then we've got another one that goes almost straight across, almost even with the nut. Kind of going with the same angle as, same angle as that. Worked out well. Kind of like this one, but a little bit of an up angle, right? So something like that. Right? Does that look good? Right there. All right, and then we're going to cut a little bit more of this. Okay, then we got another one that goes down like this. Goes in between these two. And goes right about, well, it goes into the black part, right about to here. But we want to stop. So we probably should have done it so that the black is over it. But what we might take a chance on, kind of closer this like that, is just cutting it like this. So let's try that. Now this is tricky But I'm putting the blade right up against it. I'm going to pull against the blade. Oops, didn't work. You know what? Maybe this angle would be better like this. Just like that. I could probably clean this up a little bit better, but looks all right. Let's go ahead and cut these off. Do this one here too. A little tricky that it's on the curve. Oops. Oops. Go. And we got this last one right here. I think I'm going to need to use something other than the rubbing alcohol. Maybe some. When I'm done, I can even use some cleaner that you normally like clean the surface of your body, guitar body with. That should take this kind of goo off here. I think we have one more 1/8 stripe to go, right? Right across here. So let's cut some more of that. And I think I'll call it a day, at least on the show. I'll continue working on this my own time because having you guys stuck watching me doing all this is kind of might be a little too much to ask. You know, I'm going to cut it off this edge here because that didn't come out as nice. Okay. All right, let's see. It's right about, look at it like this. It helps to have the right orientation. I'm looking at it like this. I keep dropping it. Okay, because I want you guys to see this. Okay. I didn't drop it into some crap. No, it's clean. Oh, thank you for that. All right, so this part right here goes at an angle like that. Roughly, it's about a little bit different than in this headstock. Obviously, it's shorter, but it's about, say, 1/2 inch or so away from, right? Obviously, it's going to be a little different than the original headstock. Looking at it, kind of like about that. Yeah, I think that works for me. Right there. All right. Look at this one side first. So much better when you cut it from this direction, at least if you're a righty. Yeah, There we go. Clean cut. The only one that I'm not super happy with is how this edge right here is. But if I'm going to be super anal about it, right? Yeah, but I just have to get some guitar surface cleaner or even Windex will probably remove this goop. But there we go, you guys. So what do you think? Do I get that? Or do I get this? Which do I deserve? I'm going to check the chat now. Let's see what's going on in the chat. So Blackjack Guitar says it would be much easier to have a piece of plastic that's 8 by 16. Oops, it jumped. Where'd it go? 8 by 16 strips and measure with straight edge and cut with razor blade. Yeah, that's another thing I was actually thinking about doing, as a matter of fact. I was actually thinking about doing that. Yep, that was a thought. That was an idea. And sticking it onto that, then cutting it, But then I was worried about then I'll take away from some of the adhesiveness of it, But yeah, I'll just clean the goo off this stuff, and yeah, came out pretty good. I think I can clean up the edges here a little bit, like just literally make them more perfect right to the edge of the paint. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you guys see that. It's not perfect, right? Oh, I missed one. Yeah. There we go. But what do you guys think? I mean, I made the comment earlier in the description that is this, or even in the thumbnail, is this a better way to do it than painting? And honestly, if you want it to be permanent, obviously the painting way is better, right? But if you want to do something where you're experimenting with it, and you're not a pro at this kind of stuff, and you're experimenting, like this little tape right here, I'm going to cut that because I think it's going to look better if it goes right to the edge rather than folding over. You can even get like a much sharper razor blade and probably do a better job at this with a razor blade than with this knife, I even have this like special little razor tool. And maybe what I'll do is I'll shoot a video of me finishing the rest, and that way I can do that fast forward kind of thing with some funny music or something, and finish it that way for you guys, so I'm not torturing you guys with this every week. But yeah, I think it, once I clean this up, I think it looks pretty cool, right? So yeah, we are at about 11 o'clock. Steve Franklin says it looks great. Now put the body back on the table before it hits the floor. Yeah, it's over here. It's all right, man. It's not going to go anywhere. See it? It's right there. It's not even hanging off. It's like might look like that from that angle, but yeah. But I think we're good. So let's go back to Lazcam. All right, let's pull this out of here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out of here. Turn this cam off. And I'm going to leave. Goodbye. Goodbye, Lazcam. Go back into YouTube so I can look at you guys while I read the chat. Catch up on what you guys had to say here about this little project of mine. Yeah. So OU812, of course, is doing his show. Link to the show of OU812. So there you go, you guys. So check that link out right here. Right? There you go. Go check out OU812's show, who's going to probably start like right away. And he says it looks good. Everyone come watch my stream after. Sean Hockey says it looks great. Thank you, Sean. All right. And then Ryan said, oh, who was saying Franklin was worried that the body was going to fall. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. And Brent, buddy, enjoy Eric Johnson. Ugh, excuse me. Video burps. Enjoy Eric Johnson tonight. Okay, I'm not going to be able to like put you guys' stuff. I'll just read it because that way I can look at you guys. So, yeah. Alan says, well done, but brutally honest, it's a bit of a pity the tape is not totally opaque. So what do you mean by totally opaque? You mean like totally solid? Because opaque is kind of somewhat see-through, right? Anyway. Yeah, one of the things is that where it's doubled up on top of another piece of tape, it's darker, if that's what you're getting at. By the way, the EVH does kind of come through a little bit at the top, but there's going to go there. And then I also have a Kramer logo that I can put on here that I bought. So we'll see how that works over the tape. I bought 2 of them just in case, just to make it more fun, even though it's not really a Kramer. I know I know Robbie. It's blasphemy in Robbie's world to put Kramer onto a onto a made in I think these things are made in Mexico, aren't they? These 5150s, or is it Indonesia? Where is it made? It doesn't say on the neck. Anyway, who knows? Who knows where these things are made nowadays, right? But I'm kind of happy with it. I think the 1/8-inch ones turned out to be a little. It's like almost like a 32nd of an inch thicker than they should have been, actually. But I think it looks better than the 5150 ones that they have on the whatchamacallit, the EVH Stripe Series one. But in either way, I think it came out pretty cool. And OU812 is going on at 4:05 EST, which is right now. So go check him out there, Ryan or Buddy. Yeah, you're looking forward to seeing the body. Me too. And like I said, one of the tricky things was to find pictures of the edge of the body. There are no pictures that really show well how it goes around, the edge. And then I think, everything's different about this body anyway. It's not exactly the same body. So there's that, And then Fernando will get put back together. Yeah, that'll happen soon. The underlying things are shining through a little. Yes, exactly. So, in other words, it does show through. Yeah, it's not completely solid. Yeah, it's opaque. Yeah. Hawk Ears, yeah, it would be cool to meet him. I think he's close to my age and is a really cool guy. Ryan, are you talking about me, Ryan? Yeah. Yeah, it would be great to meet up. This is what's cool about this community of people is that I've always been open to meet up with people, in this community, obviously, and it's awesome. Dwight Bailey thinks it looks great. All right, you're gonna go. Oh, you're gonna go on in a couple hours. Okay, I keep forgetting where you're at, man. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with stuff like that. Nelson Rodriguez thinks it looks cool. Right on. Yeah. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good. Yeah, so go catch James G. Yep, go catch his show. He's been promoting his show and very EVH centric stuff, I believe, right? And you got Robbie in there sometime with Trev as well. But yeah, I'm in my mid 50s. Doesn't opaque mean there's no transparency? I think opaque means that there is some transparency. Like obscurity or opaqueness means that it's a little bit see-through. Like when you look at an opaque frosted window, it's letting light through. It's not solid. So opaque, I think, means something like that. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess there's no transparency, so you can't clearly see what's on the other side at all, but like light and stuff comes through, so obscurity or something like that. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just shoot video of me doing that, and that way I can like edit it or speed through it or something like that. Unless you guys really want to sit through all this. I think it's a bit much to ask the community. All right. Yeah, yeah. Interesting. So maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're using opaque as instead of solid, or yeah. Yeah, you can't see through something that's opaque, but there's some thing coming through, like it's not completely blocked. So you're not programming in German. Now that would be something. All right. Anyway, you guys. So I'll see you guys on the next show. Maybe Octopus Ears and I will. How do I close this blade? Does it just? Oh, okay. There's a little thing. Maybe Octopus Ears and I will do a little quick live hey from before the show when we arrive at the Great American Music Hall, just to say hi to you guys, and maybe we'll record some of the video, record some of the show and post that up too, so you guys can see a little bit of the show of the Eric Johnson's show, right? So there we go. There's the headstock. One last view at that. Obviously, it does not look exactly like the banana headstock because that one's way longer, skinnier, and all, right? But I think it looks cool. Yeah, but there's that opaqueness or the see-throughness, or I don't know. It would be better if it was more opaque, if it was more solid, if it didn't allow any see-through at all, right? Yeah. But I think it'll look cool on the wall. It'd be cool to play, and I'm curious how the tape will handle, when you're playing it, right? Like, is it going to have some problems with it peeling away? I think that's another reason why I think having it lap over the edge might not be a good idea, because it might peel it up. Whereas if it's just right to the edge, it's better. So I'm gonna probably get out a razor blade and do it with a razor blade rather than this little utility knife thing. Even though that blade is really sharp, it's not nearly as sharp as like a razor blade. So, all right, you guys. So thank you again for coming to the Guitar Mod Squad show, hanging out with me. I'm gonna go downstairs and hang out with Limón a little bit. And I'm actually, my sweetie went out for a little bit today, so I get to do some stuff in the house. So I'm gonna get some other things organized and done, which is kind of nice. And then the other question is, should I like take things like stuff off the surface of this? Like, should I loosen this thing? Oops, let me get this out of the way. Should I loosen this thing off, depending on where the stripes go? If it's going around it, that's fine. But if it's not, but if there's any stripes going through some of this stuff, I might need to like remove this, if there's a stripe going right in there. And then somebody else mentioned too, maybe I might want to pull the bridge off. So there's that. And that's not too hard to do, right? I mean, basically it's just fulcruming right on here. So I just have to take the claw off, right? Take the springs off the claw and then just pull it out, right? So that shouldn't be too tough to do. And then just pop it right back in when I'm done with that. So until next time, you guys, thank you again for coming and watching this, going through the torture of the guitar striping of the 5150. It turned out pretty good, I thought, and I wasn't sure if that was going to work, cutting it like that way. Like whoever mentioned, one of the other ways I was even thinking about doing it too was putting a stripe, onto a piece of plastic or some of the cutting board kind of thing like I have downstairs, and cutting it that way. But for a fun little project like this kind of came out pretty good. It's got to clean that little muck off of there. And there's plenty more of this tape left, so there's plenty. If I wanted to do it all over again, I can do it all over again even, right? There we go. All right. So until now, guys, thanks again for coming. Don't forget the secret to tone is in your mind, but the feel comes from your heart, right? The feel comes from your heart. Put them together with your fingers, hands, toes, tongues. Robbie uses his teeth. And rock on. Until next time, you guys. Where's that off button? I don't even know where that thing is. Rock on, man. Have a good rest of your long